Hey tribe, so listen, I've done a reading yesterday for Patreons called Your Journey, and this sparked an idea for me for a reading for 2022. Now, how I'm going to approach this reading though, we're going to be looking at what you are learning in 2022, okay? So the minute you hear what you're learning, you already kind of know what needs to be done behind the scenes or what you might be going through. We'll see, maybe some stories will be specific, we'll talk about that, but just to let you know, some of us might have learned this already and we're going to be reaping the rewards in 2022. For others of us, we're gonna have to fuck up a couple of times until we learn. That's how life goes, right? So let's go. Pile number 1 is on your left, pile number 3 is on your right. Choose with intuition, not your eyes, and I'll catch you in timestamps. Hello my people, pile number 1. Let's see what is up with you all, what you're learning in 2022. So, in case you haven't heard in the intro, in case you skipped that, as I said, some of you might have learned this already and you're reaping the rewards in 2022. Some of us will have to screw up a couple of times until we get the message. That's how life goes. And others, it might be a very easy journey. So overall, let's see, what is it for you? The green card that you've chosen here from today, the green deck, is not actually English, so I'm going to have to translate this for you. But let's see, pile number 1. I'm not gonna do a full-on 2022 reading. I'm just checking in because I'm planning to do one a little bit later on and a bit of a longer version of it, okay? So keep your eyes open for that. Okay, pile number 1, people. Okay, that one wants to come out. What we got here? You have the Ace of Fire. Kaboom. Okay, I'm gonna read the light and dark aspects of this card. So the light aspect says cleansing, healthy detachment, being able to let go what's not for you anymore, and progress. Now, with the dark aspects of it says toxic energy, holding on to something or hoarding, feeling lethargic. Okay, so with the Ace of Fire here, did I say Ace of Swords before? I'm sorry if I was tripping. With the Ace of Fire here, it seems like for a lot of you, specifically looking at this card right here, you're being able to detach from some sort of expectations. Now, this could be your own expectations you have for you, and you're giving yourself BS in your own head and saying like, I'm not enough in this, I don't look good enough, you know, I have this scar or I have this thing that is wrong with my body. Whatever the case here, it seems like you're finding through some kind of, okay, listen, pile number 1, through some kind of difficulty, and you might have gone through a phase in life that taught you a lot, and all of us do, but this one stuck to you probably. You're like, damn, like that was a lot. And it seems like whatever that, maybe even tragedy for some of you, whatever you went through, now you have gone through this, so don't come after me saying that I'm telling you about tragedies for the future, because sometimes people do that. Listen, Linda. Whatever you have gone through that wasn't exciting, that was somehow tragic, that or maybe it hit you emotionally, it's saying you somehow using it to your own benefit in 2022. Now there is a different scenario, okay? There is 2. For other people, you're finally being able to find peace with yourself. What I mean by that, if you tend to be quite harsh on yourself, you're not doing it as much anymore. You're accepting yourself for who you are. That's what you're learning in 2022. And once you do that, I also want to see people who had problem with intimacy. You're probably going to find yourself being free. And why I'm saying free, because I'm seeing someone very much in their head during the time of intimacy, or even if it's not a physical act, it could be, you know, when you're speaking to someone and you're like feeling a bit uncomfortable because you're afraid to open up. It feels like there's some kind of a restraint. I'm seeing chains. You're taking off those chains. Okay, pile number 1, people. Let me pull from, oh sorry, geez. Let me pull from the healing deck. How is it called? I always forget the name of decks. I'm just that person. It's called Mystical Healing Reading Cards. Let's see. What is it that you're learning in 2022? You're also learning how to be a bit more flexible. There's some kind of passion that's bursting out of you. This card wants to come out, so we're going to take that one. Develop stronger concentration. We love that for you. Let's see. I hope it doesn't get dark too fast, because I'm going to have to turn on the light, which I'm trying to avoid. Let's use the Triple Goddess Tarot. What are you learning in 2022? What are you learning? Okay, this is quite random, but for anyone who has anyone in your circle like that, you are learning a lot about some sort of disability, or someone who is born special. So this is a message that is very personal to someone out there, okay? But this came through in a way for you to tell yourself, because I feel like some of you are like, what I'm going to do, how do I approach this, you know? I don't know maybe enough, or I don't know how to act sometimes. It's saying you are coming across either a book or a person who teaches you how to deal with specific illnesses, or yeah, could be physical or mental. So that's something that you're already somehow tied to or interested in. It's saying you're going to have a good year, if you, especially if you're a professional in that field, or if you're a mom of or a dad of a child who is special. Okay, so again, this is not for everyone. Okay, we're switching between scenarios here, pile 1. Let's see what you're learning. What you're learning. We talked about this. How do I see myself? If any of you were afraid to get old, it's saying this isn't going to be a fear of yours in 2022. The random messages are coming through here. I'm so sorry. Like, I cannot continue with one thing because it feels like there's a lot of people, a lot of different things that are important to them. You're focused. That's what I like. Collectively here, I like that you're very focused, and that's what you're learning. And it feels like some of you are becoming a little bit more lighthearted. You're trying new things and you're not afraid as much. I want to say with this card, anytime I get this card, I'm looking at this queen and I'm paying attention to how she's feeling. Let me focus. See, she's by the fire. She's the Queen of Pentacles. But it doesn't seem like she's enjoying those pentacles out there very much. So with this card, what I want to say, it feels like some of you will make big changes in your career. especially those who are already feeling in your gut that maybe the field that you're in or a job that you're in is does not match you anymore, does not match your energy, or it already served what it had to serve in your life. Because we work in different jobs, not necessarily that we feel like this is our like big mission, we just gotta pay bills, right? But at the same time, we meet people or we encounter situations that build character. And it feels like for you guys, in 2022, there is going to be a point where you feel like, okay, I feel like that chapter is done and over with. Let me see what else is out there. And I want to say with develop stronger concentration, once you're able to step out of it, what's expired for you. Remember, this card said to you, cleansing, being detached with the Fool, it goes really well. Being able to let go what's not for you anymore, and then progress. So that's what we're seeing over here. You're recognizing what's not for you anymore, even if it has value to it. You feel a little bit miserable and you're like, okay, so noted, let me see. Maybe it also clouds your judgment, maybe it also kind of distracts you. Whatever situation you're at could be also a relationship, but for majority of you this is definitely work, or in relationship you don't feel stable. You know, you have a person next to you but they're not warming you up. You're like, shit, you know, what do I do? Let me see where this takes me. Because I think for a lot of you guys, this isn't going to be a thing where, okay, so you worked in a job for like half a year, or you were with someone for like half a year, and then you decide that maybe that's not for me. This pile feels like whatever this is that you've been doing, it has been longer than a year or two. Okay, so this is people who are deciding to switch it up and try new things, become a little bit more detached from what it is that does not warm their heart anymore. So if we had to wrap this up and say what you're learning in 2022, it would be detachment, acknowledging what you've outgrown already, and stepping into a bit of this Fool's energy where you're not afraid to explore new things and you're not afraid to put yourself out there. Okay, all right, anything else? I feel like I want to use the Urban deck. Let's see what that one gotta say. What you're learning in 2022. Flexibility. You're learning how to be more flexible. Yeah, you've got a lot of choices, guys, 2022. Maybe before, yeah, sure, it goes very well with the Fool. The minute you step out there and you explore, that's when you're able to see how many options you had all this time. So if you felt a little bit stagnant or if you felt fearful, it's saying you're not doing that anymore. You're kind of fed up, you're like, I need a change. And the moment you take the first step, you then realize how many doors you have in front of you. And you're like, damn, like, this is insane. So feels like the energy is moving with you in 2022. You take the first step and everything else follows. So that's something to keep in mind, and also that's something to observe, I'd say, pile number one, okay? Oh, yeah. We have the Seven of Pentacles reversed, and I feel it reversed. I don't always read reversals. In this deck, it's called Failure. It's a very dark card. Someone is uncertain, someone doesn't know, what to do. With this, it feels like you've been waiting to take action for too long, and maybe you are postponing something. And you're not postponing your happiness, pile number one. You are responsible for that, and you're deciding to claim it. So I'd say write down, pile number one, what it is that you truly need right now, what your heart truly needs right now. Because I always say, we don't have to wait for New Year's to start things, or start changing something, or start practicing. It's just another number, right? Let's see. Any other messages for pile number one? What are you learning? What are you learning? We have hope. I will never forget as a trigger statement. True statement says, I open my heart. Release the suffering and take another step forward, sweet one. With each step, you will see more light and healing. What did I say? You just gotta take the first step towards what your heart desires. And you're gonna see only options out there, okay? So that's something that you're learning in 2022. I hope this made sense, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now. Hey Pal 2 people, if you hear any weird buzzing sounds in the background, that's my neighbors doing something. Not really sure what. I cannot understand what that sound is, but that's that. Let's go. As I said in the intro, if you skipped it, some of you might have already learned this already, so you're reaping the rewards of that in 2022. Some of us will have to learn it, some of us will have to fuck up and learn it again, okay? That's how life goes. So let's go. Let's see what is up. This is not an English deck, so I'm gonna have to translate this for you. We're gonna be looking at the light and the dark aspects of this, but before that, I do want to pull one more card for you all. Which deck? Super Lunaris. Let's take that one. Pile number 2 people. This is nice. I like that. Because we had the 7 of Cups in pile number 1, 2. And it seems like collectively I want to touch on this. What's happening for the tribe in 2022, you realize that there are options out there this whole time, but something had to be done, or maybe a different approach or mindset had to be implemented in order to see it a little bit more clearly. So just something I want to put out there, since you're all vibing here. Okay. Look at you guys. The Emperor. Look at you all. And it makes sense because I'm looking at the imagery here purely. The 7 of Cups in this deck, she's kind of chilling by the lake, right? In meditative pose. The Emperor has a beautiful view behind her, and she's kind of chill too. She doesn't look stressed. Now, this card, the light aspect of it says, what you are learning in 2022 is how to find inner peace that allows you to see everything clearly, as well as how to keep yourself focused on what it is that you want. Now, the dark aspect of it is feeling tired mentally, as well as confusion in your headspace. So you're learning how to untangle your thoughts, if that makes sense. So for a lot of you, maybe you tend to be people who are thinking about a million things all at once, and you can never find peace, or very rarely you can find peace in your headspace. So in 2022, you are learning how to be the boss and how to manage your own headspace a little bit better, which also impacts your external life. So let's continue the story here. Let's see. What's happening in 2022? You have the 6 of Pentacles, you have the Star, you have the 5 of Pentacles, you have the 4 of Swords. For you guys, I'm doing a reading a little bit differently. Let me adjust the camera. I won't be able to fit in all the cards, but I'm gonna tell you what it is. Kind of want to look at your story here. We also have the Page of Wands. We have the 3 of Pentacles, clarifying the Star. We have the 3 of Wands, clarifying the 5 of Pentacles. And you have the Queen of Cups, clarifying the Four of Swords, which I love because what we talked about is coming over here. Feeling still within. Your thoughts are not all over the place. It seems like for a lot of you, you're focusing on taking care of your inner self more than the external. And with that, you're noticing how everything else starts changing around you, right? So these two cards, imagery of it, represents very well of what we talked about. She's chilling. She's very in tune. She's very, very in tune with her emotions, her intuition, her heart space, as well as her ancestors. So, let's see. What is up? Pile number 2. What you're learning here, you're learning how to manage your finances better. That's the first thing that I'm seeing. Major improvements in your stability. But at the same time, you might be a little bit frustrated here with your journeys. So I'm just going to leave it out there. There is some kind of frustration here. Maybe you're going to have to wait a little bit longer in order to go somewhere. Maybe wherever you want to go, it's not up to your standard. There's something there that is frustrating you, but I think maybe that's why you're trying to learn a little bit more to find peace wherever you're at, or to find beauty wherever you're at for X amount of time until everything settles down and you're ready to go. Okay, now, very nice collaborations. It seems like it's all about caring for one another and building strong relationships with people around you. Now, this could be business partnerships as well as important, strong friendships. I'm seeing people having one another's back. For example, I am a photographer. I know how to edit. I know how to take awesome pictures. And you're a jewelry maker, right? We come together and I say, hey, I can take pictures of your new collection of jewelry, right? And then once they do that, I say, hey, maybe I can actually, as a gift, send your whole family a piece of jewelry. Tell me what they like, right? So there's an exchange happening. I do like this for you all. Pile number 2. It's mostly connected with, I'm seeing the web. Maybe some of you are building some kind of international connections, because I'm seeing distance. Others of you are learning how to manage your finances better. So this would be for people who tend to overspend. This would be also for people who tend to say you're earning, let's make it simple, 1K a month, right? And you're like, oh damn, I keep having, like to live paycheck to paycheck. But there are other options how to improve your finances. Maybe start doing something on the side. Maybe take extra hours. Maybe invest somewhere, right? From that little money that you have in, I don't know, some kind of a new crypto, whatever. Whatever this is, there are so many ways now to make extra money. So it seems like you guys are trying to balance this out, because it feels like you are, in your mind, you have this big or like a long-term, some kind of plan or a goal, and you're trying to prepare yourself for it. I'd say the main thing, what you're learning, pile number 2, is the inner peace and a calmer headspace. Because when you have that, you know yourself. When you got that, then anything else just kind of flows. Especially if you're trying to be focused, if you're trying to build connections, you're not as anxious communicating with other people. So therefore you're coming across as someone who has this, I want to say caring, but also trustworthy energy, okay? Overall, you are building yourself up, guys, here. If you're learning how to be your own bosses, whatever this means to you. Your own bosses. You're learning how to take better control of things. And I'm not saying that you're multi-managing the universe as such. You know when to let go and when to take control. So you like juggling, you know when to do what. The control aspect is for those people who tend to just go with the flow for too long. And they're like, I'm fine with this. I'm fine with a shitty job. I'm fine with a shitty relationship. I'll quit, you know, someday. Or I'll find a new partner someday. For now, it's fine. What that says is that you're not taking care of yourself enough, right? You can't be bothered. And it's saying, why can't we not be bothered? You know, like, what is the deeper issue here? Do we love ourselves enough? That type of a vibe. 2022 is all about boss bish, you know, type of vibe here for you. And not in a cocky way, in a way where you're taking responsibility for your own actions and you're realizing what are the origins or core issues that you've had that kinda prevented you from going forward. And as I said before, for a lot of you, it's to do with lack of inner peace. So therefore, you cannot find peace anywhere that you go. The job, the relationship, the home, right? And that's what you're learning in 2022. Let's see if there's anything else. Anything else for pile number 2. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned in this pile, I'm just doing this reading almost like as a check-in, because I'm gonna be doing a proper 2022 reading, a more extended version of it, more detailed version of it, sometime in the future. Okay, I don't want to promise when, because I don't know when the inspiration comes. So what is up? What you're learning, guys? Pile number 2 in 2022. Queen of Cups twice. Learning is what makes sense. Since you're learning how to love yourself a bit more and love even those disturbing and shitty thoughts sometimes that you get, we all do, right? You are quite open to people. You're gonna be changing. People might even say to you, you became calmer as well as more open. Intuition will shoot through the roof as well if you are working in this field. So something to note down. Maybe if you started practicing already, training that intuitive muscle, it's paying off in 2022, that's for sure. Okay, let's see what else. You're in a good balance here. You're in good balance between the heart and the head, which we love, because we talked about your headspace quite a lot here. Let's pull one more card from the mystical healing reading cards. Let's see what else we got here. Pile 2. I'd say, guys, pile number 2, if you are trying to achieve something that needs X amount of money, I'd start saving up now. Or I would start searching for a better structure now. That's something that came through. Because I'm hearing let's start earlier. Let's not wait for the next year. Let's not wait for Monday, okay? Let's see what we got here. Embrace meditation. Yeah, I mean, doesn't that make sense? We talked about the peacefulness. But this card, I just want to read from the book for you all. Let's see what the book has to say. It's number 9. Love that for you. It says, use meditation to access spirit realms. Meditation is one of the most powerful ways to connect to higher worlds and access spirit realms. The most potent meditations are those that have been shared with us by the wise leaders of humanity. Meditation can also help you to connect with nature and your inner self and to heal. In order to strengthen your ability to meditate, you have to learn how to relax your mind and concentrate. This will improve your capacity to think, make decisions, and access your intuition. Modern life is so busy and chaotic, it's easy to become a human doing machine instead of taking time to fully understand, live, learn, and consciously participate in life. You are being asked to slow down and find a meditation that you can work with for some time. Preferably, this will be a self-guided process which will allow you to create powerful, transformational images, thoughts, and feelings. If fostered with patience and perseverance, these thoughts, images, and feelings will enhance your intelligence, nobility, and inner strength. So I think this message wraps the whole reading up pretty nicely. Exactly what we talked about, plus some extra messages. So always filter out what is for you, what's for others. And tribe, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now. Hello tribe. So pile number 3, let's see what is up with you all. Now, I don't know if you skipped the intro or not. I just want to say some of you might have gone through this already. You're reaping the rewards in 2022. For others of us, we're going to have to be learning about this once or twice. Up to us. Completely up to us, right? This card is not in English, so I'm going to have to translate this for you. We're going to be looking at dark as well as light aspects of it. So you're going to know where you stand and what you still need to learn. So you have lime. Okay, the light aspect of this card says confidence, liveliness, being thankful for life, emotional fairness, and imagination. Now the dark aspect says apathy, feeling tired, wanting to let go and give up, and heartache. So we're going to be pulling from the Santa Muerte deck for you all today. And let's see what is up for you all. Pile number... Okay, wow. Wow, the whole deck is on the floor, but that's not your deck, so that's good. We'll be able to tidy this up a bit later on. But what I'm paying attention to, I'm going to take you down, okay? Let me take you down and let me show you the cards. Okay, let's go. So we'll see how this ties in. Sorry about the sounds. What I'm paying attention to is the 9 of Pentacles that fell out, as well as the Devil. And the 5 of Swords over there. So this could mean something to us because it feels like for some of you, you might be learning how to be a little bit more detached and independent. Detachment is good to a certain extent, and I feel like for some of you, you might have felt a little bit codependent on other people's decisions, other people's choices. Overall, feels like you're learning how to trust your own judgment. Okay, let's see. Pile number 3, people. What we got? You have the 5 of Pentacles. You have the 6 of Pentacles, upgrading. You know what song I heard? Let me upgrade you. You know that one? Maybe you need to listen to it. I don't know. Maybe it's gonna give you a kick whenever you feel like you're down. You have the 3 of Swords. That makes a lot of sense. We have the Moon clarifying the 5 of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Swords clarifying the 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're learning how to stand up for yourself. And you have the Ace of Swords clarifying the 3 of Swords. All right, are you ready? Bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Wands right here. So that's literally what kind of energy you're stepping into. And you're learning to nurture. So you guys have a lot of fire in you, right? You're very passionate people, but it feels like sometimes you leave that passion somewhere else and you don't have enough of it, passion or energy, and you don't have enough of it for your own self. I want to say now, filter out messages. If you're feeling already like, damn, that's me, that's probably you. If you feel like, I don't know what the heck she's talking about, that's not your message. Let's go. 4, a lot of you, what you're learning is that a relationship or a person that you wherewith, now this could be platonic or romantic, does not matter, you're going to have clarity. It seems like you're realizing that this person actually is not the best. Whenever maybe you started, and I'm seeing someone allowing someone else to step over them over here, you have a chance to learn it in 2022. So it can come in many different ways, but the main thing here is saying, can you see your light finally? We need you to see your own light. And we might send a person or people who might not see your light, so that you take responsibility and you say, F this, I got myself, okay? There's definitely something that might have happened in your past, in your childhood, where I think your sense of self, your sense of independence and being able to make decisions or stand up for yourself was impacted big time. And now you're learning how to see yourself in a light that is good. You're trying to balance out. Yeah, you're trying to find a better balance. And I think, pay attention to that. It feels like the situation that you are in or you will be in, that feels a little bit off from a get-go, where you're not appreciated. It might somehow impact your sense of stability. See, the Queen of Wands is not the queen who would stay in a situation that isn't for her for too long. She's like, I see no appreciation here. I'm not getting paid as much as I deserve. I'm being backstabbed, or I'm not appreciated in a relationship. F this, I'm going. I got my own candle, right? So someone's eyes will be open to what it is that they gotta see, okay? What is in their life? And I think for some time you have not been able to see that. The Moon card might be the card where it allows you to be in a situation a little bit to go into situation a little bit blindfolded in order for you to learn the message, to learn the lesson, right? That's how I'm picking this up over here. So don't come after me. Because it seems like it's kind of a pre-written karmic situation here. That's what it is. Because you're learning how to stand up for yourself here and to say, okay, now I get this. Okay, so something that I was excusing, or someone that I was excusing all along, actually wasn't good for me. Maybe I was hiding it from someone else. Maybe I was trying, to show someone or something in my life better for what it actually was. Now it's out there. And now I can set myself free and step into this Queen of Wands energy and say, okay, let's go, bitches, let's go. Queen of Wands, and afterwards we have the Empress. See what I mean? So, self-appreciation, big time over here. You're not wasting your time anymore on things that you intuitively pick up that are making you feel less or not as. Does that make sense? So let's start learning this now. Let's start noticing this now. We don't have to wait for 22, right? Let's not wait for the next Monday. Let's not wait for the next week or a year to do things. It's just another number. For you guys, it feels like there is going to be a healing phase here, which I'm quite happy about. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what is this shadow over here. I want to dive deep. And I'm going to pull from a couple of decks. If I had to sum up pile number 3, you take no shit. Does that make sense? That's what you're learning. And I don't feel like you're being too much, okay? I don't feel like you're being too aggressive about it. I just feel like some of you might feel a little bit frustrated with one situation because you're like, but all I wanted was good, like I came with good intentions. But life keeps throwing you maybe messages saying, But actually what you're doing, like, you can have good intentions, but you gotta have boundaries, girl or boy, you know? So you have the Arise card. That trigger statement says, there has to be more than this. True statement says, I create my world. Doesn't the Queen of Wands create her world? She surely does. I told you, with the Ace of Swords, you're gonna have this moment of like, oh, okay now. You are ready for a higher level of awareness and transformation. Badumts. Yep. Okay. Let's see. I just want to say, someone needs to review their circle. I'm just going to leave it out there. If this message is for you, you know it. What else? You have reset. Trigger statement, I am sick. True statement says, I am alive. It is time to embrace a new way of being, one filled with health and the freedom to create a new reality. See, it's all about new reality. It's all about freedom. It's all about stepping out of that state that is literally keeping you stuck somehow. Maybe this also, so your emotions or job or relationship that you are in that somehow makes you feel little or less has started already impacting your physical body. It's saying pay attention, because that's how it goes, right? Take care of yourself more. Let's see what else. Pile number. I'm gonna pull a card from the Black Mirror deck, and I hope I have a book with me because I want to read it out. Pile number 3. What you're learning about in 2022. I don't know if I mentioned already or if you heard that in the intro. I'm going to do a proper, more detailed 2022 reading in the future. This one is almost like an intro. It's a personal kind of read, you know, what's there for you to be learned. Let's see. You have today for tomorrow. Let's read about that, shall we? Comes up to number 5, which is change. Today for tomorrow, pile number 3. It says, I hope you can see. Yes, you can. Hope is in the present. It's the brick we use to build the future on. Visual seed, mother and daughter, or maybe twins, or the same person in different times. Red hair, a black dress, standing at the top of some stairs under the moon in the wind. Sentence, I wanted some, I wanted later, gently. Going dark, it may seem like a trade-off to sacrifice the present in order to secure a better future. That's what ants do, or to sacrifice the future to enjoy a better present. Cicadas do this, or cicadas, I don't know. Either choice holds a bitter taste. It's like watching a child play. Shouldn't she study? And if she were studying, wouldn't she regret not playing more? You meet a person you are attracted to. Do you go past and let it stay in the fantasy, or you make a move and follow it through to the ephemeral ending? The endless choice between regret and remorse. What if, for once, we turn our back to the dark? We do the unexpected and we shed it like an used dress. We walk by the sea as no one is around, and we skinny dip out of our worries. The present and the future are one single integrated connection. There is no choice because the road is only one. What we are today and what we are tomorrow may be different, but it is the same person. So with that deep thought, I'm gonna leave you, but I'm gonna love you, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.